Yeah, so it occurs to me, a lot of these 3-story places, some of them 4 stories. Look at that one. Yeah, some of them 4 stories. Uh, yeah, they have flat roofs. A lot of them have flat roofs. So yeah, one of them had a ladder, the fire ladder. They love, man. It's like whenever they work on these things, they put up this scaffolding. It's like I would guess this is probably the highest concentration of scaffolding I've ever seen in a city. Um, but yeah, like I said when I mentioned meeting that uh, Amish guy on the train, I, uh, and how I mentioned him about what a HOA was, kind of, and yeah, I mean, all these houses are in nice condition and everything, pretty nice on the outside, anyways. Not all of them. I mean, there's some that it's like I don't know what's going on with them. They got like graffiti on it, and somebody's bright idea was to paint a house black, and that was the one that had the graffiti on it. I was like, well, it was clear you were not the best decision maker when you decided to paint it black. And I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, so I was talking about the HOA to the Amish guy, and I was just thinking about it again because in my neighborhood, I feel like the HOA actually brings down the home values, that and taxes. Because, I was just thinking about the outside of my house. It's like, yeah, I could make it look really nice, but I'm going to have to pay money to do that. And then to make my place nicer, I'm going to have to pay more taxes on it. And I got to get HOA approval and everything else. And it's just like, with all the hassle, it's just not worth it, It's like, why do I want to make my place be the nicest one on the street or something if I'm going to have to pay more taxes for it? And I got to pay taxes, I got to pay money and taxes on the stuff, the material and everything that I pay to put it in the first place. So it just doesn't make sense. And that's why in my neighborhood there's really not any house that's like spectacular. A lot of them are just the way they were when they were built. Maybe somebody needed something, so they made an improvement. I made some improvements to my place, and yeah, and I got a higher tax bill for it. I'm paying 3 or 4 times the amount of taxes the person across the street is. The guy's living with his mom, so his mom gives him a senior discount, and I'm paying, same exact street. My house is a little bit better, maybe a little bit bigger, maybe not even better, but just bigger. And who knows? Maybe it's not even. But yeah, it's probably like 500 square feet bigger, and I pay 3 times the amount. But who am I to complain? When I was in Berkeley earlier today, and I've been kind of going in circles since I got back to San Francisco from Berkeley. Trying to make up my mind on where I'm going. But yeah, I was in Berkeley today, and right before I left, there was a advertisement for studio apartment, $2,500 a month. The 1-bedroom apartment, which, yeah, probably around here, people are probably using a 1-bedroom as a 2-bedroom. Or however many bedrooms they can crank out of a 1-bedroom, if you know what I mean. Getting a lot of people in there as they can. 1-bedroom, $3,000. And a 2-bedroom was like $4,500. $4,500. That's insane. That's over 50. That's like $55,000 a year. want, and people are like, oh, we need to raise incomes for people so that they can afford these expensive places. And it's like, no, you're going about it, I feel like they're going about it backwards. It's like, you've got an expensive places, people can't afford them, you need to increase the supply of places so that the rents come down. Not, it's like they're like feeding, it's almost like they're feeding the monster, you know? It's like they're feeding the wealthy by having, you know,